This video is brought to you by Digital Greyhound Racing, a new NFT game by BetNFT. The game is launching soon. For more information, go to betnft.run. Hello everyone, welcome to Greyhound Gold. James Broadhurst with you. Joining me on the show is Brett Honey. Brett, good to be with you.
Hello JB, good to be with you, mate. We've had some sensational chasing in recent weeks, and of course we've got the final of the Group 3 Paradise Street this week and the Great Western Final at Mandurah on Friday as well. Cannot wait. Hopefully we can get a few winners. A few more than last week would be nice, that's for sure.
Yeah, certainly a lot to look forward to. Hey, I'm filling in for David Short this week. Obviously we do have his tips at the end of the show, but speaking of tips, we will get to those in a moment, but before that,
Run
you've
of the
got
week.
a run of the week from last week, and this is a beauty.
Absolutely, plenty to choose from last week's, but I'll go to one of the heats of the Paradise Street. Momentum in Heat 1. This was a really good performance. The race starts off with Yahoo Series beginning well from box 6. Cuts off Exhilarate at the start, and that allows Momentum just to get over. Eventually crosses Momentum straight to the lead. Yahoo Series in the run serves it right up to Momentum here, and even looked possibly a big threat going past the 700 metre boxes. But Momentum, despite being first up at the distance, had plenty in the tank. Ended up winning by 2 lengths from Yahoo Series. Exhilarate stuck on well for third, and behind that we had Who's Got Cruise. The overall times here for Momentum: 9.76, 22.99, 11.77 the run home, 34.76 overall. Plenty of talk about Momentum stepping up to 600, of course, and his first test he passed with flying colours. Box 7 at that 600 metre bend is never easy to cross from. Obviously he had that free-for-all 500 metre speed in his repertoire, and he showed that there on Saturday night. Has a similar box for the final, and I think he's pretty hard to beat, JB, but it was a very good performance there on Heat Night from Momentum.
Oh, absolutely goes into the final as a dog to beat. There might be a couple of flies in the ointment there. We'll see.
In fact, you may have found one, I believe. Yes.
Well, we'll see. I still think Momentum deserves to be favourite there. He's such a good dog, isn't he? And you're right, Brett. Yahoo Serious really threw down the gauntlet. Momentum, though, equal to the task. And what more can you say about this dog? He is a star.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of dogs in a similar position to Momentum where they had their first run over 600 on Heat Night. He was the best on Night Runner, and obviously they're all going to take a little bit of improvement, but Momentum will be no exception. So we cannot wait to watch the Group 3 Paradise Street this Saturday night. Best bets for Mandurah this Friday night, JB. My best bet is race 5, number 2, Marcus Road. I believe there might be a bit of synergy here, but we'll see your tips.
Yeah, we are in agreement on this one.
We'll see your tips a little bit later on, but I thought this was a really suitable assignment. Last week, Marcus Road served it right up to the brother Angus Road. Just made the wrong decision turning home. Ended up costing him first and second, really. I don't know whether he would have beaten Angus Road, but it certainly might have been a lot closer than the end result. I think he can lead this race, and Weston Spice is an early scratching, which takes out one of the class runners in the race. So I think he gets to the top here, Marcus Road, and that PB 22.86. Don't worry about that. He will take a fair bit out of that on Friday night. I would have thought if he gets to the lead, my best bet there, race 5, number 2, Marcus Road.
Got to agree with you, Brett. They're knocking on the door. Good thing beaten, I thought, first up in WA a couple of runs back, and last week's run wasn't bad either. So yeah, totally agree with you, Marcus Road.
Absolutely, that fills me with a bit of confidence, JB, which is always good. Recording this earlier in the week. My value bet, race 9, number 7, Bansy's Boy. I think opinions could be divided in this race. It's a cracking edition of the free-for-all this Friday night. Look, you got Angus Road, who we just spoke of, now going up into free-for-all company. Has Rebellion Bay on his inside. I just see that being trouble. We saw Blackpool Bolt get undone a similar way last week. I could see something similar happening there. You got Blackpool Bolt now drawn in the middle of the track. You got Bansy's Boy, who maybe was a little disappointing last up, but I don't think box 1 is his go in these free-for-all races. He likes a bit of room to operate, likes being outside of dogs. West on Fever here in box 8 doesn't really have any speed. He's much more of a stronger to the line kind of dog. So you got Bansy's Boy out here, freewheeling from box 7. I think he leads this race, and I think he can win there. So for a bit of rally, race 9, number 7, Bansy's Boy, an even race, along my best bet, race 5, number 2, Marcus Road. How about yourself Friday night at Mandurah, JB?
Only a small field in that free roll, but all good chances.
Very good, yeah. You couldn't rule out any of them.
Look, for my best bet, look, we obviously know already. I'm going with you.
Let's go.
Brett, Marcus Road, my value play, I'm heading towards the next race in the card, race 6, number 2, West on Cobra. Only race on the whole card that's got a full field, so that obviously makes it a little bit tricky when we're hunting for value.
Yes, it does make it a little bit hard.
But hopefully West on Cobra will come out at a bit of a price there, even though his run in the heats last week was superb. I can't go past that. Plus the fact that his form over this 405 metre journey has been really superb of late. I think he's won his past 3 over the trip. And look, in a good field, the final of the Great Western here, I think he's a really good chance. Quite possibly could lead this. If he does, I think he'll be hard to beat here. So race 6, number 2 for me, West on Cobra.
Winning form is good form, JB, of course.
Absolutely,
And hopefully we can see more of that from West on Cobra. Make sure you tune into the Greyhound Gold preview for a bit of humour with West on Cobra as well.
Okay, all right.
Sensational. Best bets for Cannington on Saturday night. Race 5, number 1, Unsee This. Look, this is a greyhound that last start went back up to 490 at Mandurah and went 27.27. That's pretty quick, JB.
Yeah.
Look, box 1 here. A lot of the pace is in the middle of the track. Boxes 5 and 6 here. Rip and Sheen, Falcon 9. Unsee This should get the rail, and he is a greyhound. It's much better when he's got that to his advantage there. So yeah, I think he gets up here on the rail. Unsee This. He's got a PB of 29.53. He's a class runner. He gets the job done there. Race 5, number 1, Unsee This. My value play going to a Paul Stewart runner here, and race 7, number 2, Jimmy's Decision. Returned to the track in May at Mandurah, went 27.18, a blistering win, and then was something beat in a race, a free-for-all here at Cannington on quite a wet deck there. I think West on Bray might have won that particular race. Had a bit of time off, but these stronger types over 500, I don't mind backing them fresh, JB. They got, and particularly in the small field, I know there's a scratching earlier of Firecloud. 5-dog field, he should sit much closer here, Jimmy's Decision. Don't forget about him. I think he's going to be the strongest to the line late, particularly in a race where there's a lot of leaders here. Only one of them can lead. So, pretty keen there. Jimmy's Decision for a bit of value there. Cannington Saturday night. How about yourself?
I'm heading towards race 2. The dog jumping out of box 4 for my best bet. My boy, Hinto. Looks like he may have
got the job done last time.
Oh, he certainly did. But looks like he may have sorted out this problem he had with the box manners there. He's jumped a lot better his last 2 starts. No surprise there, Brett. Jumping better equals wins. I think he'll bring up the hat trick there at Cannington on Saturday night.
One good point to bring up there is that he went 29.80 PB last week. Now, I don't think the track Cannington Saturday night was particularly quick.
No, it wasn't.
They went pretty good times in the Paradise Street Heats, but it wouldn't surprise me if any of those dogs went, closer to, 36.5. So I just think, he's a really good bet here.
Look, a really good dog. I think he's got a really big future ahead of him, and look, going for that three-peat on Saturday night. My best bet for my value play. Once again, I'm going towards the feature race, Brett, for the value bet. The Group 3 Paradise Street Trophy. That is race 4 that I like the dog jumping out of box for. I like it at an each-way bet here, amplified. Thought the run last week was superb, and she leads this one. She leads this race, I think. So if there's anything that happens behind her, then she could be
and Ben Start with a lot of early speed animals. It's certainly happened. It's a case of where Amplified leads, and then it's who's behind her.
Correct.
Is the question.
And in what condition they are as they come through it. So, look, big advantage in a field like this. If something like a Momentum or one of these other dogs does get on her, she'll probably get run down, although I think she will improve from that run last week. But leading a big advantage. Each way, happy to be on board with that dog.
Each way all day, says
Each way all day, that's right. So race 4, number 4, Amplified in the Paradise Street Trophy. Question without notice. Brett, how do you see that race panning out, that Group 3 Paradise Street?
I'm on the Momentum bandwagon. I think with a greyhound like Sunset Whistler in 5 as well, who wants to get down to the rail. So you got Amplified, who scrapes Dulux when she goes around. Then you got Sunset Whistler in 5 wants the rail. From that outside draw, we saw Momentum cross last week. I think he can do that again and get on the back of Amplified. From there, we got a really good race in our hands. I think those are the two. Looking for the stronger dogs in the race. The 2 of the dogs had the quicker run homes on the night. With Sunset Whistler and Throttle, I have no idea where they get to from their respective draws.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, you were talking Throttle up big time. In fact, you've talked him up quite a lot. Where did you see where do you see him now after that run?
It was a fair
week?
run. I don't know whether the Ben Start is his go. I think 600 is no problem. He ran home in 11.50 or 11.50 odd. So I think 600, the distance is no problem. But yeah, the Ben Start might be tricky and hasn't got the draw favour here. But look, a greyhound of his style doesn't win every week.
Sure.
because he doesn't have the best box manners, but yeah, he's got a fair motor, so I'm not too worried about Throttle. He's caused a lot of discussion. That's really good for the sport.
Absolutely,
so, 100%. But no, I'm Team Momentum this week, and he's a greyhound that's also got it done in feature races before, which I think's a good thing to have on your side in what is a cracking race.
It's a good race. Looking forward to that. Hey, Brett, thanks for joining us on the show.
Always good to be with you, JB.
Get down the tracks. Going to see some really good racing over the weekend. If not, though, we'll catch you next week on
Greyhound Gold!